Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Etho Modpack. It is the middle of the night and raining, so we are going to stay in our little hole, as we've been doing for the past couple episodes anyway. We're back in here, and we're going to make a new program for this miner here. So, basically, I've been using this guy, but I've just been setting him up to strip mine right next to each other, and just dig out these huge corridors like this. I know it's a little messy, but I decided that if I'm going to be doing this, why don't I just make a program that digs out a huge area like a quarry, and instead of doing the strip mines. The strip mines worked for a little bit, but if I'm not even going to be going through here and digging it out, I might as well just make him dig everything. But in order to do that, we're going to have to make... Oh, this is going to rain there, isn't it? Let's put a block there just so we don't have to see it. I've got weather sounds turns down, so at least we don't have to hear it. So in order to do this, though, we're going to have to make a few changes, and it's going to be a little bit more complicated because he's not just going to be digging straight, digging back, depositing in the chest, digging straight, digging back, so on. I wanted it to be able to make it so that way you can specify the exact dimensions. So you want to say how far you want to dig that way, how far you want to dig that way, and how far you want to dig up. So what I'm going to be doing is setting up kind of like a coordinate system for this guy. And this ladder right here is going to be at 0, 0. And I just marked out this wood area because this is the area that he's not going to be digging. All the way up to the top, he's not going to be digging in this area. So this is ideally where you want to put your chests from to store items, and also the chest with the extra coal, and the chest with some wood supplies because he's going to be crafting his own torches. Which, as you can see there, this little box right there, I actually put a crafting table on this little guy. I've never used that before, but it should be pretty easy. Basically, these first 9 slots here is the crafting table, and he can craft stuff in there. Unfortunately, though, this has to be empty in order for him to do that. So we're going to be putting the coal down here, and then the torches right there, and he's going to have to come back here and deposit all this stuff before he can go ahead and actually craft something, which should be fine. But basically, this coordinate system, it shouldn't be too hard. The idea is it needs a coordinate system so that way he knows exactly where he is in the positional, in relative position to the center area. So that way, if he fills up with stuff, no matter where he is, he knows how to get back here and then get back to exactly where he was. So this is going to be a little bit complicated. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do on camera, but basically there's going to be 2 starting variables, and that's going to be... or actually 3 starting variables. It's going to be width equals 0, height equals 0, and then length equals 0. So you can specify the first 3 variables here when you start the program, just so you say how big it wants to be, how wide it's supposed to be, and how tall it's supposed to be. And basically the width is going to be the x-axis. So this way and this way will be the x-axis, and the you would think that the height would actually be the y-axis, but I'm going to be doing this so that way we're looking down this way on a coordinate plane. So this way right here, the length, I guess this would be the length and this would be the width. The length is going to be the y-axis, not the height. So the length is going to be the y-axis, and then the vertical axis right here, that's going to be the z-axis. So we're looking in like kind of a normal 3D space here. So x, y, and z. So for right now, we're probably not even going to be going that high. So we'll really only have to worry about the width and the height for the most part. So let's just say for the first level, at least, we're going to want him to dig 2 blocks. So we can walk around. We don't want him to just dig the first level and not be able to find him if he gets lost. So let's see. When he starts, he's going to have to kind of set up a couple loops. And, I'm going to have to skip definitely some of this. So I'm going to skip this, get the starting stuff going, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so skip forward a couple hours, and we're finally somewhere where I can show you something. This program has not been as easy as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be pretty hard, a little complicated, but it's been more difficult than I thought. Right now I've only got to where you can set a, let's just go into it. You can set a width, length, and height, and then it will actually the height doesn't actually do anything yet. It only does width and length. So it'll, you know, mine the width and length for you, and it does 2 blocks high. So that was more complicated than I thought it would be. I thought it would be pretty easy, just, you know, get the coordinates and everything. And the coordinates are working out really well. What made this so difficult, I think, is because I set the coordinates to where this crafting table right here is 0, 0. So we've got positive and negative coordinates. And the positive and negative is what was throwing me off. But it works right now. I had to do a couple workarounds. So basically what it does here is it comes up with a minimum X and a minimum Y, and then a maximum X and a maximum Y, and it does that by dividing by 2 and then rounding down. That's just so that way I know what each corner is. You know, like this one would be max X and max Y, and this one would be max Y min X, and this one would be min X and min X and min Y, and this would be you know, the other one. So that way I can tell exactly where it needs to stop, which was difficult because at first I was trying to make it stop at max X and max Y, but that wasn't really working out because he finished digging all the blocks at min X and max Y over here. So he kept digging, and he kept digging too far, and then he would dig not far enough, but finally I've got it working, so let's go ahead and show it to you. So this right now, it is digging a 9 by 9 square with this right in the center. You want to do odd numbers because this is in the center so that we can be even on both sides. Again, you don't have to, but it'll be lopsided. You know, if I were to do 10, then it would do 5 on this side and 4 on this side, or 5 on this side and 4 on this side. I can't remember which one it would do. But it's easier if you just do odd numbers like this. So let's just go ahead and run it. Quarry. Alright, so all he does right now is he'll just dig this way just to finish up this line, since he starts in the center. And then he'll just start digging around, and he digs in a ring. He doesn't dig, you know, one way and then back, and then one way and then back, and then one way and then back. He digs in a ring, and the reason I did this, or the reason I wanted to do this anyway, is because this way the square you're digging will slowly get bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you want to use this for something that you're not using, just for mining, you know, you actually want to use the area, this way he can start digging, and then you can start working in this area as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger while he finishes digging up the whole area. So, you know, if you want to do a base down here or something, and then that way it's not just, you don't have to go look around for him down these tunnels that he's digging. You can just say, okay, where is he? He's right there. And then that's it. So right now he's digging a 9 by 9. That would be 9, that'd be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you put 4 on each side, so 4 plus 4 is 8, plus the center, which is 9, so he's only got to dig 2 out. It does count this 5 by 5 square here as part of the area. So as you can see, he just finished there. That's his last one, and he actually goes back to the starting position. And if I were to go in here, oh, this was just, I have him print out his current coordinates and then the max X and the max Y and the minimum X and the minimum Y, just so that way I knew that he was calculating it correctly. But I can take that out now since I know that he is. So let's go back into the quarry here. And let's just set this at something a little bit bigger, like maybe 15 and 15. And we'll have that run. So he's going to start doing the same exact thing. So as annoying as that was to set up to make sure that he stops at the right spot and then continues back to his starting point, that was probably the easiest part of this program. The harder parts of this program are to do the height. What I'm going to be doing is, if it's set to 1, if the height is set to 1, I'll just have him dig normally and then not dig up. Right now he digs up as he's going, just so that way it's a quick, you know, 2 by, you know, 2 high. So see, he's digging up right there, where he wouldn't, if I had it set to 1, if the height was set to 1, then he wouldn't do that. And if the height is set to 3, what I'm going to have him do is I'm going to have him go up 1. So from here, he'll go up and then over, and then he's going to dig down and dig up as he follows the path. So that he'll be at this level, and he'll dig down and up. Whoops. Yeah, that's another thing I'm going to be doing is if he goes over a hole like this, he's actually going to block it off. So he'll put a block here. And so that way if there's a big lava pool like this, he'll put cobblestone down just like that. So that's how I do that. And then if it's more than 3, then I'll have him do the first 3 and then have him reset the height and move up a location. So then if he does the first 3 here, then all I have to do is move him up and then set the height to 1, and then he'll just start digging the rest of these. So if that doesn't make sense, I'll show it to you later. This spider, he's been here for the entire time I've been working on this program. He's just been hanging out. He's my new friend. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully he stays here forever. Here, have a bone. Anyway, so yeah, he should be doing that. And then the last thing is right now he doesn't put down any torches and he doesn't use any coal. So if he runs out of fuel, he will just stop. That's it. So that is the really trickiest part, is I have to make sure that he can go back to his starting position here, collect the coal, collect the torches, and then move back to his normal position if he runs out. So that's going to be the most difficult part. As you can see, it was really easy to get him back to his position after he's done clearing it out, because then I can just set it to put your X position to 0, and then he'll run this way, and then put your Y position to 2, and then he'll go right here, which is fine. But the problem is if he stops right here and there's still blocks in front of him, then that'll make him stuck. He won't be able to do that. So I'm gonna have to do a couple workarounds. You know, if he hits a block here, then he'll have to walk this way and then continue this way, which I should be able to do. But so far this program has been a lot of fun to make, and it's working really well too. So I think that this program is going to be really useful, because not only can you use this for mining, but you can actually use it to set up and build areas too. Oh, that's weird. This shouldn't be here. Oh, it's because he's digging up. That's why. If he digs up and this falls on him. All right. Well, that's not a big deal. Anyway, so that's my progress so far. I'm gonna start working on the height. Make sure you can do the correct height, because right now the height will do nothing. And I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, welcome back. It has been several days since I last recorded, and that is because I have been working completely on this program, and I probably shouldn't do this again because I am totally worn out. But I had a blast making it, and it's doing almost everything that I wanted it to do. So it's really cool, but it's definitely the most complicated program I've ever made for one of these turtles. So let's take a look. So last time you saw it, it just dug around in a ring, and now it pretty much does everything. So basically you want to just put that right there in the front, and then you want to put 2 chests next to it. This one is for coal or charcoal, and this one is for torches. And then you can put the storage chests right here, and these storage chests, they can either be these chests or double chests. He'll just deposit them in this one and then this one after that, or you can keep putting them up on top like this, and he'll just keep trying to go higher and higher until he runs out of chests. So you can actually keep this going until the sky limit if you really wanted to, but you'd be better off kind of pumping something out, which is basically what this area here is for. In this 5x5 square right here, or cube actually, he will not mine anything, so you're safe to put anything in this back area, like any pumps or pipes or anything like that, to get the items out of here. But with the way I've set the storage up, you've got plenty of space to put as many chests as you want. So anyway, let's just go ahead and look at the actual program. So basically I've split this up into a ton of functions, which have been pretty helpful. So let's skip past this. So now all these functions, we got a function for the refuel, but here's the big ones. So now for function forward, instead of just doing turtle.forward, now I do just forward, and then that'll run all this code for me. And basically what this does is it does a lot of checks to make sure it's doing everything right with this specific program. But the big thing here is it checks the direction. So if the direction equals X, then if the facing is -1 or +1 or -1, then it will either add or subtract to, actually that's not even the right code, but it'll either add or subtract to that specific coordinate. Here we go. So it'll actually keep track of the coordinate system for me. So instead of me having to do it manually, all I have to do is do forward and instead of turtle.forward, and it figures the rest out for me. So I basically did that with all the functions, you know, the turn left, turn right, up, down, forwards. I actually didn't do backwards, but that's because I didn't need it in this program. But basically that keeps track of the entire coordinate system for me, and I will actually probably make a template, and I will use that to start off most of my programs now, so that way even if the program doesn't require the coordinate system, I might as well have it. So in the future I'll be doing that, but for right now, let's just set this thing up here. So let's just grab a little bit of charcoal and a few torches. Yeah, let's grab 32, that should be enough for right now. Put the torches there and the charcoal there, and then we'll put some cobblestone right there. So that's all he needs to get started, and then just these chests here. One last thing, if we go into edit Quarry, it'll actually give you the width, length, and height here, and all you have to do is just edit these and it'll cut out that exact square or cube or whatever you want to call it. You can set this to a rectangle too, so that you can have the width at 50 and the length at 25, doesn't really matter. And it gives you a little bit of information here on how to set it up, which I basically just told you, and even a little diagram to show the empty spaces, the chests, the turtle, and the center. So let's just go ahead and exit this, and we're ready to get this thing started. So we'll just do Quarry, and off it goes. So the cool thing about this coordinate system is I can figure out exactly where the turtle is relative to the center area. With that torch is actually at 0, 0. Exactly where this turtle is, and that means that I can figure out exactly how to get this turtle back to the starting position no matter where he is in the program. So pretty much from any point, he can figure his way back to here. Deposit all of his stuff, check the fuel and everything like that, and then work his way back. So let's just let him mine for a little bit, and in a little bit we'll just kind of induce him going back to this starting area. But when we do, let's give him a little bit of a trick here. So one thing that I implemented here into this torch chest is you don't just have to put torches in here, you can actually put logs, or sticks, or even planks, and it will craft these specific things into torches, and you can put torches, and you can even put all of them in the chest at the same time, and he'll just take them out as he needs them. What's convenient about this, though, looks like we got some lava up here. I see the drips. Hopefully he doesn't, well, he has, oh, there we go, I knew it. Cobblestone, cobblestone, quick, quick, quick. Quick, okay. We might have a problem here with the lava. That is something that you're kind of just going to have to get used to. There's not really a way for me to work around that, unless I had him mining the first level and then the second level right after, and then he could place blocks up here. But even then, he's got his height set to 4, so he'll dig up 4 more blocks anyway, so this isn't even the ceiling. When he's done with this layer, he'll work on the next layer. So we're kind of just going to have to get used to this, but I can kind of give him a little bit of a head start here on this. I mean, my pickaxe is a stone pickaxe because my diamond one broke, but oh well. Let's just break this out of the way and then put that there. And then looks like he's got a little bit more space. So, okay, so he will place torches. He'll place torches every 7 blocks, which is exactly the distance that it would require to not allow mobs to spawn. And if he runs out of torches, he'll need to come back and get more. And like I said, he can actually take these, and the reason this is so efficient is because 2 logs here is actually equal to a stack of torches. So if I were to put a stack of logs in here, then that would be equivalent to 32 stacks of torches. So that's much better than just having to put the individual torches here, and he'll just use this coal to make those torches. So yeah, you can he'll figure it out, sticks, planks, logs, anything. So what we'll do is we'll take out some of his torches here, just like that. We'll leave him with just a couple so it saves the inventory space. And when he comes back, he'll actually take out these logs, craft them into planks, and then craft them into sticks, and then craft the sticks into torches, and deposit anything extra back into this chest, and he'll be on his way. So he should be almost about ready to place torches here. I haven't been keeping track of how far he is. Probably the next ring around he'll do that. But it looks like his inventory is almost full. Let's go ahead and make his inventory full, so that way he'll run back to the start. So there we go, it's his inventory full, dropping items off, and as you can see, he figured out his way right back to the start, and he just does a little check there, and he'll deposit all of his stuff into this chest, and then he'll come back over here, he'll drop off all these items so they stay out of the way, and then he'll take the planks, take the logs. He does really fast, I can't even talk that fast, but yeah, he'll take the logs, turn them into planks, turn the planks into sticks. It looks like I took his cobblestone, so I'll give that back to him. And then he'll just refill his coal too. He has to have an empty inventory to do crafting, so that's why he drops everything off first. And as you can see, he immediately went right back to the exact spot that he left and started mining again. So that's really cool. That's really just the coordinate system. So he knows, you know, that this is 0, 2, and then he knows he'll keep track of where he used to be. And there we go, he's starting to put torches now. So he'll put one there, he'll put one up there, and, you know, so on. And he'll do that in a grid. So it's a good thing he made some more torches. Yeah, he'll break that block, because if he didn't break that block, if this block was still here, he'd actually turn around and place the torch just like that, and then when he did come around and mine this block, it would knock the torch off. So he actually turns around, breaks that block, and then places it. He doesn't have to do that here, because it's just, there's nothing here. So it looks like we got a big vein of coal here, so that's pretty sweet, even though we got lots of charcoal anyway. Alright, so one more check. Let's just fill up this chest so you can see that he'll actually deposit some of the cobblestone to this chest, but once he tries and it doesn't work, he'll actually just move up to this chest and start depositing that there. So it looks like... yeah, let's put to place another torch. There we go. Looks like his inventory is about half full. Let's go ahead and make him pretend it's full again. And as you can see, he'll run this way. He'll break that torch just so that way he continues on his way, and he'll place it again. Oops, got a little bit of a frame rate lag there. But yeah, then he'll work his way back here, go back in, and do another little check. Start depositing some cobblestone, realize that this area is full, then he'll move up to this chest and deposit the rest of the stuff right there. And he'll then continue on his way. Looks like he's going to get some more torches. While he's here, pick up that cobblestone again. And he's got 64 torches and another 60 coal. And he's on his way. Whoops, don't want to get in his way. If I do get in his way, though, he'll just knock me right out of the way. He's got lots of fail saves. So, yep, he'll run right back to where he should be. Do another little check. I love the little dances that he does to check the area that he's in. Especially over there where he just turns completely around. Yeah, he's just doing that to check, make sure he's in the right spot. But either way, he's just going to continue mining here. And I'm going to go ahead and let this run for a little bit longer, and I'll cut back after a little bit, and we'll see him kind of move on to the next layer. Well, unfortunately, it looks like he messed up. All of a sudden, he started going off in this direction after he filled up his inventory. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's probably just like he turned right when he should have turned left. So the problem is there's so many different locations he could be. Sometimes I could pretty much easily make a typo like that. So unfortunately, I've been working on this program for so long, and I really want to get this video out. So I'm going to hold off giving you guys the download the link to this program just until the next episode, so that way I can make it bug-free. It's almost working 100%, but as you can see, I gotta test it out in each one of these little areas. So this is good though, because since I found this bug, I just have to look at the area that he bugged out in and make sure that he doesn't do that in the future. And I'm run a few more tests on it, and by next episode, in the beginning of the episode, I will give you guys the download link for this, so you guys can run it on your worlds. So for now, I'm gonna have to end the episode here. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and I will see you guys next time.